let's have a beautiful experience. In this video, we're going to talk about the importance and pedestals of naturally raising your testosterone, your human growth hormone, and making your penis bigger. It's a beautiful thing. You gotta love it. Alright, before we get started here, please do me a huge favor. Please ring the bell, subscribe to the channel, tell some friends. Of course, give me that Art Defines a really thumbs up like so I go, hey! And of course, follow me on my social media. I go by Jesus_Detroit on my Instagram, Snapchat, I'm YOUNGDAYGO. And like Rocky Balboa says, hello, I didn't hear no bell. So make sure you ring the bell, because I'm putting content out daily. And you know what we're all about here in the BCC, the Big Cock Consciousness, the Big Cock Collective, where I help you manifest a bigger, wider, thicker, longer, stronger, and harder penis, help you naturally raise your HGH. I'm a spiritual guide and a mentor. I'm here to expand your mind and increase your size. So without further ado, I'm here to tell you about the importance and pedestals of, manifesting a bigger penis and naturally raising your testosterone. So what it all comes down to is, kind of just step it back a little bit, you know what I mean? And you know me, I'm always going with that wu-wei flow. I preach it a lot. It's a Tao practice. It's the path of least resistance, that's going with the flow of the day. Something that just helps me, along the way. I love that wu-wei flow. It's just something that you can definitely go with to help you with your, with your manifestation and your flow and your growth. And when we're talking about flowing, we're talking about growing. And if we're getting right into this from the beginning, it all starts with gratitude, because gratitude's the attitude every day. Before your feet hit the ground, you should go ahead and take this breath with me. I got a shot today. I feel beautiful. And that's what you got to go with every single day that you got, because you got a shot, man. If you're breathing, you're doing something right. If you're alive today, that's something to smile about. You're here. Let's make the best of it. Let's understand that we are meant to be here. You have purpose. And when we're speaking of purpose, you know what I got to say? As long as you're coming with love and you're coming with energy, you can do no wrong. Always got to share the Matrix hack as soon as I can, man. Anytime that you see somebody out there, if you're in the, if you're in traffic, you hear somebody on the other line of the phone, especially what you really got to do is when you're around, people that are testing you on a day-to-day, like your family members. If you're just in the room, instead of having any thoughts about them, any neutral thoughts or anything, just intend on them, that person, that being, that soul, to have a beautiful day and go along your way. And that's all you got to do when you hack the Matrix, and you're definitely going to help yourself feel better, and you're going to make the world a better place. And I know that might sound, it might sound corny to some, but believe it or not, these are the simple things in life are the best, are the ones that give you the most return. And we're talking about today about putting things on a pedestal. A lot of people, like, if you got like dreams of, hair's flowing today, man. I just got, a nice beautiful shower. And me, man, I'm having that beautiful day. I'm having me a couple pizzas, and, I'm taking it easy today. And I still got my workout and doing it at home. And what we're talking about is the pedestal and the importance of naturally raising your testosterone, because, of course, there's special, techniques and tricks and, things that I could teach you more hands-on in the BCC. What I'm talking about, the masturbation for manifestation. We're talking about the edging, the super edging, the jelking, the Kegels, the Groga. All these practices are essentially, key factors that can help you, release the testosterone and make everything happen. But what we're talking about here is not getting all caught up in the end result and being like, okay, I got to get to the huge muscles and the huge this to feel like that, is all I'm saying. Because when you're putting something on that pedestal, you're essentially you're drawing yourself away from your prize. And I'm not saying that this is how it goes for everybody out there, but it's just, keeping yourself clear. Because you know what I say, man, if you want beauty to appear, you got to keep this clear. And instead of getting lost in all these, like, oh my God, did I make it to the gym today? Did I work out? Did I do this? And that, do I got time to do that? And it's like, if you ain't got the time, you don't have the time to be, ruin it inside here. Because even a lot of, like professional athletes out there that, might be on some gear or whatever, you tend to see that they beat themselves up when they don't, follow through with the workout, or they're relying on the magic of, the science. And that could be, through the form of a steroid or whatever type of drug, that they let themselves have the magic. But I'm just telling you that the magic's already in here. And essentially all these, the testosterone, the human growth hormone, it's right behind the pituitary gland. We're talking your third eye. We're talking about the gods are inside. We're talking about, man, like everything that you essentially want. Cannabinoids, DMT, Joe Rogan, it's already here. And as long as you can get inside here and access what you got by keeping yourself as clear as possible, that's going to let you know that you are magic. And you know what I got to say, man? One of my favorite mantras of the day is I am magic, I am divine, and the universe is on my side. So go ahead and write that down. And you know where we're going right now. You know what it is. It's time for me to talk about the mind-muscle connection, man, because these are the things that you can do when you're sitting around doing nothing. You could be sitting around doing something. And I'm not telling you that you got to do this every day, but it's something that I like to do in a ritual type way. Like before I go to bed, I like to really flex it out and get the blood flowing to every part of my body, because I just like to make it feel alive. I'm letting you know that you ain't necessarily got to go to the gym today, but as long as you got the mind-muscle connection, you're doing miles beyond what people can do. And certain people don't even have access to this, but I believe that everybody out there has the access if they want it. And like Paramahansa Yogananda said, the one that wrote the autobiography of a yogi. Yeah, Steve Jobs read his book. What he tells you is the mind is the wielder of muscle. So that's telling you that your mind's creating the size. Your mind is putting everything together, which is why you got people that have so many different kinds of diets. And you have a guy that can bench press 400 pounds and look 400 different ways. You know what I mean? So it all matters about putting your mind into the size and how, you interpret the growth. And some people's flow is all about, I got to work out every day. I got to get this many sets. I got to eat like this. But some people can take a more easier approach. And I'm just saying that you can kind of just let it go a little bit, get out of your own way, and let it just flow and grow. And anytime you got to get that last rep and that last pump, I want you to go ahead and say this. Say it with me, man. Whenever you're getting that last rep in at the gym, you say, I am magic, I am divine, and I can increase my size. Oh yeah, it's a beautiful thing. I love it. Yeah, man, it's beautiful. And that's what we're going with. That's what we're growing with. And I'm just showing you, man, that I'm sitting here naked in a chair, and I even feel the sweat burning in me every time that I do that. And I ain't got to snort for it, jab a vein for it. All I got to do is grab it. Just because, like I always tell you, man, energy is always there for you to just grab onto at any given time. And I'm telling you, I've been up probably for, 28 hours, 30 hours, we'll call it. And, me, I can find energy at any time. And, right now, like I said, I had a couple large pizzas. I had a pizza party with my bear and my wolf. Pekingese was there. My cat C was there. It was a beautiful experience. Of course, having a couple of these, you know what I mean? So I gotta say salute, especially after that pump. So, how are you doing? Oh yeah, it's a beautiful thing. And like I say, man, I don't condone the use of alcohol, the use of drugs, but I don't condone the use of you not being yourself. And sometimes you got to do the things that you love in life to make yourself feel alive. And as long as you can do it in a responsible way, then that's part of the wu-wei flow in my go. You know what I mean? In my opinion, you could do no wrong. Especially the fact that if you love waking up every day feeling 100%, you're not going to, that there's a limit on everything that you do. Like if you drink too many of these, you're going to feel like, mush the next day. So that's going to get in your way of your flow and your go. Some people are doing other things for other reasons. And, not everybody has the ability to look at it through my perspective. But at least I can share it and enlighten those that, you know, want to hear my message and understand that, you know, I mean, it's a, you know, people that are in AA, and I've spoken at them before, it's like these, you know, the deeper issue is right here. You got to love yourself. Because when you love yourself, you're loving everybody else. And when you're loving everybody out there, you're loving yourself back. So I say salute to that. Oh yeah, it's a beautiful thing. So when we're going with that, I'm talking about doing the things that you love and putting and not putting the importance so much on, okay, I gotta be to the gym, I gotta do this. And of course you gotta hold yourself, you know, accountable, and you can count on me waiting for you in the parking lot. Okay, Mr. Larson, you know what I mean. And we're talking about, like, you know, you just don't want to, like, you know, get lost in your own way for this, because that's just no good for nobody. I mean, if you're just stressed out, like, okay, I gotta go to the gym today. Oh, I didn't make it to the gym. How am I gonna do this? If you have that stress in you, that's no good, is all I'm trying to get at for you. So instead of stressing out in the day, if you can't do something like that, there's always something you can do. Like, look what I just did. Mind muscle connection, naked in a chair, a quick flex, having it on your mind, letting you know that you're going to increase your size, letting yourself know that you are magic and divine and you can increase your size. These are the things that are going to let you go and let you grow. And this is the way to help you flow. And that's what that's one of my main intentions with the BCC. Excuse me. Is to let you know that it's not just, you know, a whole robotic, systematic, you know, machine of just, you know, day in and day out of just doing the same routine. It's about changing it up. It's about not getting caught up in your own way, stepping over everything. You know what I mean? And that's the beauty of life, man. And it's like, essentially, you know, if everybody wants to make a change, I look around, I see some changes. The way you guys know like me so much, but then I see the change. And if I could change, you could change. Everybody could change. I'm sorry, I couldn't help it, man. Anytime I hear change, I think of Rocky 4. One of the most profound, you know, it really resonates with me, man. It really comes to my heart. And anytime that you're smiling, you're doing something right. The smile is divine. It's made inside the mind. It's felt beyond the body. It's felt inside the astral realms. And we're talking about all these chakras that we got going on, and talking about, like I said, the third eye roaring back there. We got the throat and the heart, man. And that's, you know, that's the power, man. That's the pump. Don't forget the penis is on the root. I feel like a lot of spiritual gurus and a whole bunch of, you know, scientist types out there with the steroids and whatnot are really missing out on the importance of your balls and your penis. And what I'm talking about with my, you know, fitness expertise and my, you know, personal practice is starting at the root. Because when you take care of the root, that's where we grow up from. So when we're taking care of that, we understand that the fertilizer, the life-giving seed, everything essentially is right there to give you the life, to give you the size. And when we're talking about, you know, practices such as semen retention, which is something that I do on an everyday flow, and I could, you know, my other video I'm talking about yesterday, I was a little bit more in detail about charging your chi. And I preach this, you know, quite often when I talk about Montauk Chi, you know, the sex expert from China, and he talks about the healing orgasm, and instead of ejaculating it out, we're talking about putting it back into your body. It takes practice, but, you know, making yourself more aware of your body is definitely one of my intentions here, because a lot of people don't understand, like, you got like essentially so many buttons and tricks up your sleeves that you don't even know how to drive the vehicle that you're in. And I'm just trying to let you know that, you know what, if you pop this clutch out and you do this, you can definitely be, you could be doing some other stuff, you know, granny shift and not double clutching like you should. You know, I had to give you a Fast and the Furious analogy. Toretto, you know what I mean? We had to go with that, man. I'm glad I got one of those in. But you know me, I'm a movie buff, and anytime that you can do something to make yourself smile today, go ahead and watch something on Netflix. You got all these gurus out there, don't watch TV, don't do this, put crystals under your bed, and earth vibrations, this, that, and the other. buy this ring to see how many hours you can sleep. If you got to buy a gadget to figure out how many hours you got to sleep, I mean, I say you should spend more time figuring out how to clear this out. Because the ring, you know, the ring isn't what it's about, but to each their own. I mean, I feel like I say, man, I don't discredit science, but I don't discredit magic. And I feel that you are essentially your own resistance to let you know what's going on up here. I mean, there's times where you can, you know, if people think that we got to sleep 8 hours, it's like, who's saying 8 hours? Them or you? You know what I mean? Listen to your body. Your body's going to know how many hours that you got to, you know, that you got to sleep at night. And, you know, of course, you know, obviously these are what I call, you know, these are collective beliefs that are going to tell you, yeah, you sleep 8 hours, you drink water, you eat your vitamins, brother, Hulk Hogan, you know what I mean, man, had to go with that. But you know what I mean, like we're talking about, you know, there's so many collective beliefs about, you know, you want to do this, and if you're a vegan, you can do that. And you know what, there's even collective beliefs around beer, believe it or not, so I say salute to that. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. And the ones that you want to be on the side of are the ones that are good. And you can read so many positive facts about how it's one of the most ultimate things that you can have after the gym. And that some, you know, there's people that live, you know, to be over 100 years old, and they preach on drinking a beer every day. And, you know, that might sound like, well, what, you know, you can go so many different routes on that. Like I said, put it all into practice for your action, for your manifestation. If you think that it's going to get in the way, then it will. But if you feel like it's something that's there for you, then it's going to be there for you. And you don't need to let it, you know, ruin. You don't have to let somebody else's opinion ruin what you already know. That's all I'm saying, because like I say, all truths are true. You just got to find the ones that make you you. And like, even when you're drinking a green tea in the morning, it's like, this is a collective belief that I'll go off of. You read that it supports your immune system, and that it's good for your hair, and it's good for, you know, it's just good for inflammation, this, that, and the other. Read all the positive facts, and then sip on it and think of that when you're doing it. And these are things that you can put into practice to help you with the manifestation and let you know you're on the right track. And when we're talking about beer, don't be thinking about the negative effects of it. Like, it's like, why would you, it's like, you know, people that could eat McDonald's or something. If you think that you're eating rat poisoning or whatever, it's like essentially you're poisoning yourself, which is why I believe that, you know, all these facts that come out of this is bad and that's no good are created, like, you know, I call it the holistic rabbit hole, because, you know, essentially there's going to be a new allergy, and then they found out this, and oh, we know so much more information now. It's like, you know what, essentially, if this is a dream or whatever you want to call it, I mean, you could believe whatever you want to believe, but when you start throwing yourself into the, you know, into that group of this is no good, you're going to see a result of what's no good, is all I'm saying. But if you look into the good, you're going to always see the good. So you always got to focus on the beauty, focus on the good. Don't get, you know, if it's something that you like, if you like McDonald's, hey man, go ahead and eat it. You know what I mean? I'm not telling you that you should eat it, and like, because it's like, you know, I went off fast food for a long time, and it's like essentially I came back to it a little bit, because it's like, you know, it ain't gonna kill you, you know what I mean? But you just, you know, you just can't be eating it feeling like you're eating, like, you know, super glue or something, where you're gonna be like, where you feel like you're doing something bad, because at that point that's no good for nobody. And I remember I would have that, like, you know, when you're going through your some will call it a spiritual awakening, or just any type of process when you're really trying to change your body. You just go cold turkey on stuff, like, all right, you know, you make you pretty much make a pact with yourself, like, no more fast food, that's what I'm doing. No more soda pop, that's what I'm doing. And then essentially when you start, then you have a sip of, like, you know, a sip of Sprite or something, you feel like you're drinking battery acid. And essentially it's not. It's the same sugary drink that you enjoyed when you were, you know, when you were 10 or whatever. And you were fine then, and there's people that are doing beautiful now, and there's people that are ripped up that are drinking Mountain Dew, people that are hard, you know, people that are swinging at the knees, throbbing to the pecs, being their best, because you know what we're about here in the BCC, making that huge piece of meat as big as it can be, making your muscles grow, having us grow to become the giants that we are, man, just being a huge, massive amount of muscle with huge massive cock, a strap between the pecs, give it a kiss. How you doing? Talking about, you know, heading the clouds, you know, not, you know, crushing the concrete, but not stopping on, you know, your friend's house, or, you know, the wrong person's car, or whatever. You know what I mean. I'm just talking about having that beautiful attitude and just being able to have the gratitude and being able to just appreciate where you are and not get lost and, you know, caught up in everybody else's opinion. Because essentially your opinion is valid, man. You are beautiful, and as long as you're coming with love, you're doing no wrong. So just believe in yourself. Find the good in everything that you're doing and scrap everything else. That's all that's what we're going with today. So don't put everything on a pedestal of I gotta do this and I gotta do that. All you gotta do is be you, and you just gotta smile and let it go, man. Let it go to let it grow, man. So write that down before I go, because I feel that we're going to be closing this beautiful, look at this flow I got going there, nice beautiful shower. I feel, you know, it's a nice thing that you get to do it. You know, you get to condition the hair and really just get a nice shower and take care of yourself, man. It's really something to smile about. You know, of course, have yourself a beer, have yourself, I've been, you know, I think I had about a pizza and a half, you know, large or whatever. You know me, man, I'm rambling like a monkey in a tree. Forrest Gump analogy before I go. And I'm just going to let you know that I intend on growing. I intend on you guys to grow. I intend on you guys to spread love. Feel that love. Feel the magic. Let you know that you guys are beautiful. And we got plenty more beautiful experiences to come. Make sure you're getting at me in the BCC, checking out my cat C on my social media, a couple of Pekingese. My wolf and my bear are always there. It's a beautiful time of year. We got the whole grow, 12 days of Growmas, wherever we're at. I just intend on you guys to feel some love. And of course, we'll go with the charitable ring, Salvation Army. Put $1 in the bucket if you feel like giving. And you know me, I got a Christmas wish list if you feel like, you know, if you feel like being charitable. Just give because you love giving. Don't give for any other reason, man. You guys are beautiful. I love you guys. We got plenty more beautiful experiences to come. And I'll see you around. Peace.